Alright, I think I'm good. I think I am ready. Just about. Let me see here. Let me pull up YouTube chat. So that way I can ban any knuckleheads. Some knuckleheads who might be coming in. I feel like anytime I have the YouTube chat open, it's completely fine and normal and cool. And then anytime I don't open it, I'm like, it doesn't matter. That's when, like, the worst people come out. YouTube. What's up, Birdo? How you doing? I'm excited to play some Night Rain with you in a little bit. Let's see. Alright, I think I'm ready to go for it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this is everything I need. Alright, so let's dial this down then. This isn't actually, I'm tricking everyone. This isn't actually the title theme of the game. I'm playing a YouTube video because I am tabbed out while I'm working on other stuff. But it should start here. There we go. This is the actual
Greetings, friend.
Yo,
You
holy
wish
shit,
to look
HM.
as happy as me? Well, you've got the power inside you right now. So use it and send $1 to Happy Dude, 742 Evergreen Terrace, Springfield. Don't delay. Eternal happiness is just $1 away.
Holy shit, HM, thank you for the 70 months. That is a extremely long time. Why did the video not play? Why did the alert not play on the screen? Oh, that's why. Well, shit. It played on the vertical feed. Thank you so much, dude. I hope all is well. Hope it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Let me just close this really quick. Okay, now I'm fully, I think, ready for everything. Alrighty. Before we do that, let's do this. Okay, I think... Oh, I gotta open Live Split. I already had Live Split open, but then when I was typing, like, my title and stuff, it, like, started, like, splitting and stuff, so I closed it, but... Oh, come on, dude. I love saying I'm ready to start stuff, and then... Okay, no, it just took a minute to actually not show just Twitch chat or whatever it was doing. Yo, hell yeah. Yeah, it should be Friday, it should be Friday at 2 p.m.-ish. So, I'm going to be there in person. First time doing an in-person GDQ run. I'm pretty excited about it. Working on a submission for SGDQ as well for later on this year. So, hopefully not the only one, but who knows. Wait, why is it splitting now, dude? I guess I was... Oh, because I was typing. Whatever. We'll just... It doesn't matter. Yeah, practice for SGDQ. I have been doing that as well, Birdo. It's pertinent information. What's up, Reevy? How you doing? Good to see you. Somehow Carl Germ returned. Indeed. It's been a while. I streamed the other night, but it was kind of like a weird first stream back. Just because I was helping Illusory Wall with his awesome new series that he's doing where he's trying to, in a single file, spawn all 92 vagrants. Yeah, what's up, Jay? Good to see you. We talking about Paxis, man. We talking about Praxis. Not the run. Not the run. We're talking about Paxis. Yeah, so I have been practicing offline. Since it's the, I'm doing the beginner route again, which I did at the GDQ hotfix. So it's a pretty easy run. There's only a couple places where it could potentially, like, die. I will have save files and everything, but... we start as Pyromancer, doing the Master Key. We always go top heavy because it just gives us a big head, which I find funny. And we're gonna go with the Freerin build. Okay, so it should auto split, I think, but I also... Yeah, it should auto start, but I think it's... I'm interested to see if my layout is still correct, where it's, I think the last time I was doing this, I had 2 timers. One was in-game timer, and one was the RTA timer. We're going to be doing RTA strats, obviously. I'm not going to be doing a bunch of quit outs and stuff for GDQ. I also realized I always put the dark sign on when I'm going up that ladder, and I don't think I need to. But yo, how you doing today, Jay? It's good to see you, buddy. Reminder to everyone on Twitch, I also multi-stream on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, so if I'm talking to someone that you don't see in chat, just assume I have completely lost it and I'm making up chatters, and they don't actually exist. Also, guys, feel free to let me know if the audio balance is weird. I kind of had to change some of my setup a little bit, so things could sound terrible, and I would never know. Everything looks good on my end, but okay, we're equipping the hand axe. Gonna make sure that we have it two-handed here. Gonna run here. Talking to this guy is actually faster than killing him because he has a long death animation. And then we have to run all the way back to the other side of the room. Guys, it's pretty messed up that I got an in-person GDQ run like right before they released Pokopia. So like all of my time should be going to practicing this route, when in actuality I want all of my time to go to playing Pokopia. Nice, this was the good RNG that we got. Surely we'll get that during the marathon. Normally we would quit out here, but we're not gonna do that because that's slower with the real time. Yeah, it really fucked up at Nintendo. I agree. It's the most fucked up thing they've ever done. Anyone been playing Pokopia? Oh wait. Oh shit. I've also been playing Remastered. So the strat to not get that dialogue is a little different. So that was just muscle memory from playing Remastered, which is gross. No one should play Remastered. Just gonna go ahead and wait that out instead of. I gotta remember to talk about the green blood as well. See, like, my muscle memory is still kind of in randomizer mode. So I, like, almost just went fully out of my way. I'm gonna not play any remastered, and I'm gonna not play any randomizer until after GDQ. Oh, that was good timing. All right, so now we're gonna talk to this guy and stand at this part of the wall. We are going to buy the rapier, which we'll need later. We're going to buy the... Oh, not the bottomless box. We're going to buy the east-west shield, short bow, and the wooden arrows. So, slow menuing, but I do kind of want to try and prioritize explanation a little more than, like, the most optimal menuing. Because I feel like even that menuing might look fast to people who haven't seen a speedrun before of this game. Blocking here, just in case those guys attack. Because if you block... Didn't quite get him out of the way I wanted to, but if you're blocking when you're sprinting, it prevents you from jumping. So a lot of times you'll accidentally jump when you're trying to roll, but if you're blocking, either with a two-handed weapon or a weapon in your left hand or a shield or whatever, it will prevent you from blocking. I'm gonna this here, punch this guy out of the way. A lot of menuing that I still need to do, but I can just do it right here at this fog wall, I think. So I need to put on the short bow and the wooden arrows. Nice. I can also queue this up just in case. Yeah, I messed this up. That's alright, though. I don't think this will work, but this is a strat to try and get him to... Yeah, he didn't do what we wanted him to do, so we're going to have to just... use the pine resin instead. I think it's probably better to practice this backup strat. We're gonna heal up. I think he should be staggering soon. I think I staggered him on literally the last hit. Hey, what's up, Book? It's good to see you. Okay, so that's not ideal, but that's fine. That's just some more, like, of the rust coming off. Totally functional still in the speedrun, but... Yo, nice, you're cleaning the bathroom, Jay? Sunday chores. That's one of my... That's gotta be one of my least favorite, Sunday chores. Is, cleaning the bathroom. Hit the wrong button there, which is a new kind of error. This is an instance of potential run killing. So we're going to quit out and just have the... I don't know if he'll just blast me. This is actually good practice. We might just restart this run, since it's been a little all over the place. Also, why is it not doing real time? Okay, so... Okay, so quitting out there is actually perfectly fine. Come on, dude. This is a mess. Okay, I'm aiming at the wrong spot, so we're going to reset this again. While I do this, I'm also going to change this to compare against... Really good first run back, huh? Real time. There we go. Okay, that's better. You prefer the mowing the lawn, but it's too cold. That makes sense seeing your username. What's going on, Mo? How you doing? It's good to see you. There we go. That's more what it looks like. Okay, we're just gonna roll here a bunch because our health is very low. We need to move this to here. We're also going to heal up again. I probably should have used a humanity, but that's fine. So, that's actually really... I'm glad that, like, fiasco happened. That's not me being like, oh, I actually planned on being bad at the game. But that's good practice for, like, if things go south in a marathon. Like, we still have ample time to do kind of everything that we need. Ideally, I would have 2 pine resin so I can retry that Drake. Like, I mean, ideally, you get it the first try, and it's completely consistent. It's just a little bit particular, and... I haven't failed that in a while, so it's good to like do that and just see, okay, if I do fail it, it's not the end of the world, and we don't have to reload a save file, because that's pretty much like the last point in the run where I would potentially need to load a save file. Because if you don't have pine resin, you can't get the Drake sword, and if you can't get the Drake sword, then like the next like 20 minutes or 15 minutes or so of the run is just like not possible. Robot lawnmowers? I mean, if you like mowing the lawn, I feel like you probably shouldn't get a robot to do it, right? It's like me being like, yo, do you guys think that I should just develop a TAS for Dark Souls and just let the TAS do the thing that I like doing? But if it's something that you want, absolutely. Seems to enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what Jay said. Dude, YouTube chat popping off right now. Way more than... I'm gonna pit YouTube chat against Twitch chat. That's my favorite. My golden chatters. Okay, so we just leveled up there to 12 dexterity so that we can use the... I think that's to use the Drake sword. I should probably actually look into exactly why. Those are the stats that we need for the next part of the run. Start spamming chat. How you doing, Book? It's good to see you. Oh, I forgot to split as well, so we're going to skip the Taurus split, which seems like a recurring theme. Because it's also in... Dude, I forgot to split for Sen's Gate Skip as well. So that's fine. Not really using the splits to, like... to track the progress of the run, really. Gotta move next weekend? Oof, yeah, that is definitely stressful. I know that feeling. It sucks. Here. And I think we already have the Drake sword, so we are ready to do the move swap. At the next quit out, I'm gonna skip the splits here. So this run will be way behind because we messed up on the Hellkite Drake, and we messed up on the Taurus. That was more so a mess up than getting bad RNG. ADHDS has to lock in. That's so difficult. That is, I know that life completely. I am very bad at locking in because of my ADHD, and that it leads for very stressful, high pressure, last minute stuff that I'm usually pretty good at. You moving somewhere cool at least? Hopefully your next place is better than your current place. Alright, I'm gonna do the move swap now. You need to get back on your stimmy. See, I'm not able to take any ADHD medications currently because I have like a heart condition thing that I gotta get like potentially looked at. Like, it's a heart condition that I'm already, you know, aware of and that I get taken care of and I'm on top of, but it's one that makes it way higher of a risk to use drugs, especially with like stimulants. So nice, hell yeah, Book. Congrats. Exciting shit. Bigger spot, and your girlfriend's moving in? Hell yeah. Let's see. Good start so far. Not ideal, but not the worst. See, that's the RNG that we wanted earlier, and now we just need to wait for him to get into a better position. He's gonna try and grab, we're gonna dodge. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I missed more hits than I expected to, I guess. Okay, that's actually good that he didn't fall there. Yet another really bad turn of events. We're just going to wait for him to get into position here. Okay, this should work. The angle looks a little scuffed. So it actually might not work, and then we got to quit out, but that's fine. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work, actually. But that's fine, because I can showcase how it will work. Yo, what's up, Verge? Why did that not play? I'm not sure why that didn't play, Verge. I probably got to adjust the scene a little bit, so I can do that after this run. Do a flip! There you go. It's exactly the same thing. So now, just one more hit. Just need to kind of wait for him to... I must be miscounting or hitting one wrong or something. I kept feeling like I was one hit away, and then I was not. Good bomb cycle. Okay. Boop. Oh no, that's not where we split that. I'm doing okay. Been a pretty bad year, all things considered, but hey, ain't that just the way? I feel like globally that has also been the case. I just feel like everything's kind of bad everywhere, so a little easier to not stress the personal shit, you know? But I hope all is going well on your side. Yeah, for those who haven't heard, my cat Fish needs to get a surgery on Tuesday. It's been a very stressful couple of months of back and forth to a bunch of different vet appointments, a lot of expensive bills and stuff. So he's all scheduled for surgery on Tuesday, which of course falls the week of PAX, where I'll be away for a couple of days while he's recovering, which I don't love, but I did cut my trip to PAX short a little bit, just to, you know, be able to get home with him. But there's a GoFundMe, which almost immediately got, like, met. The full goal is, we're like $200 off of it or something, but almost immediately got met, which is a huge relief. Because it's not the full cost of the surgery, but it greatly helps what, like, we were kind of expecting in the first place. Okay, so I'm going to heal here. But yeah, if you want to see the GoFundMe and all the updates and stuff, you can just use !fish in chat. I think I set that up. But yeah, how are you doing, Verge? It is good to be back streaming and just being able to turn my brain off and play some Dark Souls. All right, let's see if we can get Namu. I had the angle, but not quite. I jumped a little too late there. Your brain hasn't done the best this year either. Have appointments to be on it? Hell yeah. Yeah, I've also started therapy as well, which has been helpful. I've had one session so far, but back into that, which is very good. Mental health is extremely important, and prioritizing that. I've also been trying to like exercise again. Haven't been able to too much the past week just because it was a very like fish heavy week. Also, while all that was going on, I was house sitting for a friend of mine who was on tour with a band, playing bass in a band, and he needed someone to watch his cat, so I was there spending time with her. Her name's Evie. She's like 5 years old. She's got the biggest eyes I ever saw. She was extremely cute and sweet, but yeah, exactly, Boog. If you're not a sociopath, it's like really tough. If you have like any kind of semblance of empathy, then it's a really bad time to be living through, because good lord, there's so much fucking tragedy everywhere, constantly, nonstop. Alright, he didn't throw his spear, which is good. Roll that. Spear. Dodge. Yeah, but the stock, yeah, bad person stock is up. And then they use the stock market as a reason for it actually being good that things are bad. And saying like, oh no, it's actually, things are actually good. Oh, I forgot to equip the Drake sword, so I'm glad he did that. Because normally when I use that lever, I'm supposed to equip the Drake sword in the right hand so I can just boop them off with it. But yeah, I've been like exercising again, which has been really helpful. That also really helps the brain. Just doing like easy kind of at-home stuff. Let's go ahead and level up more. Oh, well, we don't have enough to level up. Okay, I guess nothing died on the way here, so sometimes you can get an extra level there. And I've been like trying to eat better, which is also super healthy. Obviously. I've been eating, for breakfast, I've been doing like an avocado and some spinach and like lemon lime sauce. Not sauce, just lemon lime. Lemon and lime juice on it, and it's like, it's very like plain, but a lot of times I don't really have like too much of an appetite for breakfast, especially like heavy US breakfast of like greasy bacon and sausage and stuff. Like, the older I've gotten, the less and less I've kind of liked. Really nice to kind of just start my day with doing that. Eating like a fucking dumbass, you gotta get locked in. Hey, I've mostly only done that my entire life. I do kind of miss the days of being like younger, like in college, and being like, well, it's 12:30 a.m. and I'd like to play Halo for a solid 3 hours. What should I eat? I'll get Taco Bell. I'll eat like 3 tacos and a cheesy gordita crunch and a Mexican pizza and drink a Baja Blast at 1 in the morning. Okay, we're gonna see if he did not jump, which is interesting. So we're gonna let Smo do his thing. We're gonna let him do his thing. I really want to attack Ornstein, but Smo is not doing anything, so I need to really be careful that... Nice. So, an interesting thing about this fight is it's relatively free if you're not trying to, like, just... Like, in a PB attempt, this fight is kind of a nightmare. Because a lot is left up to RNG, and it really makes you want to, like, be more risky. But if you take it slow and you make sure they're separated and you only attack at a good time, it feels pretty free. So it's like, that was slow, but it's a lot faster than dying and having to run back. Oh, I need to scroll up and see YouTube as well. Because I know Mo was saying some stuff that I missed. A little slow on the chatting today, just because of I think I just warp here? Oh, right. You know what? I usually just warp right from there. That's right. I got to start practicing that as well. Let me just think up here. I want to make Firelink Shrine my new main bonfire, so we're going to go there, and I'm going to rest. College peak year's Halo 3. I'm trying to remember. I might have been in high school during Halo 3, but Halo Reach was definitely college for me. We can level up endurance while we're here. I think we only need 25, but I'm going to keep leveling up endurance. Yo, what's up, Crescent Moon? How you doing, Crescent Moon Queen? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. I think I might be streaming again later tonight with Illusory. I think he's planning on doing more of that run, which was super fun. I also made a new character for that to make it a little easier to spawn vagrants. I actually have the Lord Vessel now, so very excited about that because I can just warp. But right now I'm practicing for my speedrun that's coming up at PAX East on next Friday, which I'm very excited about. The estimate's 40 minutes. So right now we don't have a great pace in terms of like the speedrun. Like I'm pretty far behind, but this is good like marathon practice of like, okay, well, if everything in the first half of the game went wrong, what's our pace still looking like? We really only have a couple of boss fights left. So it's like practically the end game. There's still some spots that are a little concerning, but yeah, I hope you're doing well. And if you have any questions about like any of the glitches that I'm doing, feel free to ask, because I kind of just go on autopilot. I've been running this route in this game for a very long time. So the reason we didn't ring the bells and went right to Sen's Fortress is so that we could get the Dragon Tooth, so that this fight is just... And plus, we want to be able to warp to bonfires as fast as possible, but... And the reason I'm unequipping the move-swapped Dragon Tooth every time is because I don't have quite enough endurance currently to be able to, you know, light roll with the Dragon Tooth and the Rapier. So, I removed the Dragon Tooth so that I can just be running a little bit faster. I am a Resident Evil enjoyer, Book. Things have been so busy, I have not yet played Requiem, but I really, really, really want to. And I look forward to getting to, because I've heard very good things about that game. Okay, I'm just going to chain off of this animation here. I guess it doesn't... wonder... Oh, well... Just burnt the bone because I was trying to... Okay, we're going to equip the Drake Sword here. Kind of showcase another use of it. Because we got Lautrec right here, and I want his ring. It's a little tricky, though. I have been in marathons where I've tried to do that, and I knocked him into the stairwell, and then I had to fight him. I had to move swap really quickly. Dilf Leon is a light in dark times. That's very true. He's looking real good. First time you entered here was Raid from Illusory very first attempt at Mathless thing like half a decade ago. Really, Verge? Is that true? That's wild. Okay, we can do some menuing here. Oh, I was going to put on the... we can do some menuing here, and then I just didn't do any menuing. Are you sure you want to send that message? I do love that. I do think that that is helpful overall because of, you know, a majority of people on the internet probably should be faced with that before they fully send it, but, like, I'm a 36-year-old man. I work in IT. I know the ramifications of things. I will just say what I want to say. I think about everything in the lens of, like, what happens if someone is reading this back to you that you don't want to. Do you stand by what you said? And typically for me, it's yes. Yes, I do. Right? So we're doing a... Ooh, that's scary, dude. Okay, so... I know in other routes, I would usually unequip stuff. Ooh, he actually got really close to hitting me there. I might have been just outside of the hitbox. I don't think that was like a well-timed roll necessarily. Sick jump. That's one of my favorite glitches, Crescent Moon Queen. That is 2 fall damage cancels chained off of each other. And that was like one of the glitches in this game that the first time I started running it, I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this because there's like a very strange thing with it. Like the first one, you have to make sure that you are completely neutral on the left analog stick, and then on the second one, you need to make sure that you're holding it in the direction that you want to roll the whole time. And I was just kind of doing the same thing for each one, and it was not going well anytime I attempted it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just bad at this and can't do this skip. And it wasn't until someone explained that to me that I was like, that is why it is always not working. Nice. Quayleg's usually pretty comfy in this route. Just because you're not doing RTSR. You have like a full HP, so you could potentially take a hit. That, I think that can... there's other ways of doing it in Remastered, but there's a much faster way of doing it in Remastered as well. Yo, Jibbin, holy shit.
Hey, Homer, the section you're supposed to be monitoring is on fire.
Oh, now let's do this. Holy shit, Jibbin, thank you so much. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. I'm talking about Praxis. Oh wait, I also want to put on this, and let me just see if I think that's all I need, but I might need to... Yeah, I don't need to level up again, which is very good. Okay, so now we just need to buy some stuff. So we are at the end of the run. Literally all we need to do is have access to the Firelink altar, and we need the Lord Vessel, and then we can talk to Petrus here. We got to say yes twice. This is actually one of the hardest things in the run for me, because I will usually hit no and then have to do it again, and it's a real mess.
No.
No. We are going to purchase Homeward, and we are going to purchase the Thurland Talisman, just because that is the next one over. Saves a little bit of menuing there. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to start equipping. I would like to equip them. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to place the Lord Vessel here. I'm going to rest at it, which is extremely important. I'm going to attune Homeward, which you can see here I have insufficient stats to use it, but that does not matter, luckily. And we are going to warp back to Firelink Shrine. The bonfire will still be there because we did kill Lautrec. I'm going to equip this, and menuing a little slow there. You can actually have everything queued up to immediately do this next glitch, but I'm going to take a second to explain it as well. I'm going to try and use the talisman, and after the animation kind of is done playing, I'm going to go and use Fireball with the Pyromancer's Glove, and I'm going to quickly swap to the Homeward spell, allowing me to use the animation of Fireball to... oh wait, I meant to check that as well. Let's see. Using the animation of the Fireball spell, but use Homeward, and that is a little bit faster than, you know, just like kneeling down and using Homeward. Okay, that's what I thought. I think that's usually why I level up more. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. I definitely want to be able to light roll in this next fight, so having the Talisman on and the Pyromancer's Flame makes me a little too heavy. This guy's RNG is being very weird right now. I would prefer him to not be doing that, but hey. Talking about Praxis. Not the game. I need to get that as like a sound bite. So this run, overall, really not good. It was a bad run. Wasn't very good. But on the plus side, I am very comfortably underestimate despite everything that went wrong. So that's what we call a nice little marathon buffer, because things can go pretty awry. I haven't had to do any runbacks to any bosses, but like if I had to do the run back to this boss, that also takes a little bit of time, so. Could also easily do like a little glitch showcase. Make some save files. Okay, I'm gonna not even try and explain this right now. Ooh, that's unfortunate. What did I tell you? It's perfect. This is good marathon practice because it's like, hey, what happens if you do die? How much time do you lose? Oh, Verge, I still need to. Damn it. Okay, so we're just gonna do some menuing here. Just take that off. Actually, we'll put the bow on there.
You sorry.
Yeah, I am a sorry fool, aren't I? Dying to Gwyn. No one's ever died to Gwyn, so we do have to go back here and rest at the Lord Vessel. Go back to Firelink Shrine because we need this. We need the Lord Vessel to be the last rested at bonfire. We're gonna try and just do this right away. And see, it didn't get it first try. Got a second try. Try and do the fast move swap as well. Not even close. Too fast that time. Too slow the first time, too fast the second time. Ain't that just the way? There we go. So yeah. Estimate's a little high for reasons like this, where it's like, if you, the Gwyn fight's very particular, it's very concerning. Okay, it's extremely good to know that I am able to survive that. Because normally that would be another instance of, like, having to redo the move swap. And I'm also going to try and just use some humanity here. Oh, I almost walked off the edge. So he's still on his way. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm still locked in, Jib, and I saw what you were saying, and I got the reference. I wasn't thinking you were suddenly taking a turn into being like, I think AI is good, actually. It took me until 2026 to actually think it doesn't suck. That's another thing that I hate about AI just in general, is that it's sullying the good initials of Allen Iverson. Okay. Taking 2 steps, starting to run. Start the running attack. Lock on to just lock on and then quickly unlock on, just so we know we get the first hit there. But any point you drop any of these attacks, it's very concerning. Take our bloodstain so we pretend that that death never even happened. We'll do this ending here. I kind of want to see how long this cutscene is. Okay, so it's like 34:10, because I think part of the run also might be like waiting until the cutscene ends, because I think there's going to be a donation incentive of ending choice. I was thinking of doing like the kill an NPC thing, but I was like, that is way too much. I'd like to give myself kind of somewhat of an easy marathon run, you know? I think Nameless Song might continue playing when I tab out as well. Wonder if Iverson has a cameo just for the joke of we used AI for the soundbite. Yeah. AI lumps together so much that, yeah, no, for sure, exactly. Like, generative AI is usually what people are talking about with, like, the slop. All right, so that would be time. So we're 5 minutes under estimate with that horrible run, which is really, really promising, which is really good. And if it goes well and I'm, like, 15 minutes under or something, depending on staff stuff, like, I always plan for the worst. I always plan for the worst in a marathon. Let me see what YouTube has been saying. Dude, this is so goddamn loud. Oh my god. Turning it down for you guys a little bit, because this song is so loud, and it's completely independent of the sound settings that you set in the game itself. All right. Let me, where is the... I think I was trying to record something the other day, so I, like, turned off all of, like, the potential sounds that could play. There we go. Let's see.
Do a flip!
There we go. There's that old chestnut. And here we go. All right, but that first run, kind of ideal practice for a marathon, honestly. Going very poorly and still being able to make it work. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, everyone. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. And we're gonna run it back. We're gonna play some more. So I'll be right back. Hello? You want to say hi, bud? You want to say hi? Hi, Kroby. Say hi. You were just saying so much. I was hoping she would meow. She's a very chatty cat, but anytime I put her near a mic, she's like, nah, fuck you. She doesn't do requests, I guess. All right. So let's do another. It's been a good couple of weeks for new music from bands you listen to. Hell yeah! What are you listening to? Trying to think of new shit that I've been listening to. There's like I think it's like a J-pop band. And they have an album that, I think it's like Ishi Nonai something. I've been trying to, like, remember the name of it. But they have just an instrumental album, and it's, like, extremely, like, math rocky. And I'm like, this shit is so good. I've been listening to that quite a bit. Okay, I can turn this up now. All right. Let's make sure I deleted the file. Okay. And surely this run will go better. Thought my watch was just telling me to stand up. I was like, I literally just did. Poison the Well released a new record after 17 years. Damn. Yeah, I saw Neurosis. I saw the people talking about that, being very excited. I think it's like there's a new member of it, right, from another band that people really like. Who's, if I saw correctly, it's the band name is one I will not, I guess, say while live on Twitch, just because of organizations that have ruined the name. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know that's not a. Last week was the new Lamb of God record, which ruled. Hell yeah. Yeah, Aaron Turner. Yeah. Hell yeah, that's really sick. I saw, I got a lot of friends who were like in grindcore bands and stuff, and they seemed pretty stoked about it, so. Not really stuff that I listen to, but, very cool. Alright, so we should be good. But yeah, I'm feeling good about this route. It's, it always feels like riding a bike coming back to it. It was like when I first started practicing it, I like got one thing that was like a critical error, which was literally just I did not level up enough endurance. And it was still like mostly fine to finish that run, which is very funny. But yeah, I don't think I ever used the dark sign, so I don't. That's just like a vestige of doing it for another route. Like there was a route for a while that we would use the dark sign right after killing, or right after Oscar gives us the stuff that we need. And that would teleport us to that bonfire, which is a little easier to exit with. Speaking of critical errors, I started as the thief. I need to start as the pyromancer. I was also thinking about how I was like, I should talk about how all of these choices are very important. I will do that for the GDQ run just because it'll be very helpful to just make sure I'm doing the right thing. Cryptic Shift came out. 78 minutes of proggy thrash and jazz fusion. That sounds like my kind of shit. I will be checking that out. That's like, have you listened to Zaku, Jiven? I imagine you may have. That's like the Zaku genre. Fuck yeah. I'm sure Cryptic Shift is probably not like Zaku. Zaku's a pretty unique band. Bought all their stuff. Hell yeah. Yeah, Zaku rocks. I was very bummed I wasn't able to go watch them play at GDC. Just way too much life happening, you know? Also, I still need to get my passport. Which I think I have everything I need to get my passport. I just need to go to, like, get all the I need to, like, fill out the paperwork and shit like that. And it's like, I've been meaning to start that, but there's just been so much going on that who's got the time?
Regretted.
I need to practice doing that each time so it looks like I run through the wall, because that's always fun. Middle ground of death and thrash. Then adding a lot of outer space. Yeah, that makes sense, for sure. I mean, with that kind of name, that's sort of what I assumed. Not that, you know, a band name is always indicative of the type of music they play. Like, Robbie and Curtis from Zaku, their band before Zaku, which is still active. They actually became active again in 2015, so if Zaku can't play a show, they just kind of play it as the Mountain Chiefs. Robbie specifically named that band the Mountain Chiefs, so it would sound like a hipster coffee shop, like, acoustic guitar kind of band, and not what they are, which is, oh yeah, I forgot to split, that's fine. very heavy dueling bass sixes of total music, like in the style of the fucking Champs. Okay, so I remembered to do the non-remastered version of that. We rest here. That's not a part of the route. I just rest there so I can get 10 Estus because this area is a little rough. In a marathon, you want to make sure, like, all of these guys, we're not going to kill any of them. We're just going to run past them. They can all kind of do chip damage. We're level 1. Don't have a whole lot of health. We might have to heal. And it's just nice to have a little extra healing, especially if you don't get a good asylum. If the asylum demon does some damage to you or something, you've already used some Estus, you know. Guitarist looking like a sweaty nerd means you're getting atomized in the pit. That's how I felt seeing heavy low. I never really got too into heavy low, but they played a show with either Horse the Band or Fall of Troy at the First Unitarian Church in Philadelphia. And that show was really sick. I want to say it was they played with Horse the Band. I remember seeing that guy and being like, "This is the dude in that band that's called Heavy Low. That seems." And then they played, and I was like, "Holy shit, yeah." I was like 17 or something at that show. Well before the meme. It was just when bands were more likely to have like that guy in it and kill you. The progenitor of the meme. Alright, we're going to go ahead and grab this gold pine resin. Gonna jump here. Nice. We got the animation that we wanted, so we didn't have to do the roll. Let's wait for that guy to get out of our way. We got to do some menuing here at the fog gate just to save a little bit of time. Oh. Gonna heal. Run and jump. Okay, that was a much better Taurus fight than the last run. Still not fully optimal and a little bit risky. But there's like a very specific kind of setup that you can do there with like doing a couple of attacks with one hand, switching to two hand. It's not really a strat that anyone uses anymore too much, so it's one that I forget. I should probably go into like the archives and see what I used to do there. Okay, much better Drake here. This Drake that went so well that Drake felt more like a Kendrick. These and other various jokes will be made to an uproarious laugh from the crowd, I'm sure. My brain is so funny when it comes to like doing commentary for stuff, because there'll be times where I'm like kind of practicing commentary and I'm like, oh, I'll say this here, I'll say this here, and then it gets to the actual run itself and everything's out of my brain and I'm just like explaining on the like off the cuff. So when I try and practice like doing commentary, I'm just like, I don't really need to like think of exactly what I'm gonna say. Okay, quitting out here is not too bad. Normally I can hit that switch. Bro, why does it keep changing back to IGT? Trying to remember. I guess the next quit out I do is right here, so we can just change that. Let's go ahead and compare. Can we please compare against real time instead and not have it? I wonder if it switches every time, like the live split is such a simple program, but I will never understand it. Ooh, good luck with a Rune level 1 run. That is something that I've never done. I love Elden Ring. I played a whole lot of it. I've done some... No, I wouldn't necessarily call it a challenge run, but it definitely got very challenging. I've always wanted to do a rune level 1. I might actually owe that to my chat. I can't remember. So there's a thing that I do on Twitch that I haven't been talking about too much because I just kind of got back to streaming for the first time after a little hiatus. But every time someone subs to me, it oh, that would have been see, I'm thinking of too many other things at the same time. Okay. Leveling up is you got to be careful. Very important. Okay. Anytime someone subs to me, I have a health bar that I usually have on screen. And every sub, every, like, monetary contribution, like bits or whatever, will lower the health bar. And when the health bar is lowered, I draw a card, and a card corresponds to something that I have to do on stream. So right now we have a number of cards that we need to get to. And I think one of them might be a rune level 1, or that might be one that will be eventually happen. I knew that was going to hit me. But yeah, rune level 1 seems really fun. There's so many build options in Elden Ring. Holy crap. Okay, we're just going to run through and get to a better spot. That was a series of very comical mistakes. See, that's why we want to have 10 Estus. Oh my god, he can hit me from there too? Jeez, I should kill this fool. I think I can heal here while we're waiting for the boulder. Yeah, a little slower, but that's fine. There's a very funny glitch happening right now that I never saw before. I think I might have just discovered a glitch. The gold pine resin particle effect continued, despite the fact that I was toggling, which should have gotten rid of it. I don't think it was still utilizing the, I don't think it was still, like, usable as gold pine resin. I need to remember to go back and clip that. Dude, I keep doing this. I'm thinking of too much stuff. This would be a very bad place to die. So I might, yep, I might be, yeah, I'm cooked. Okay. Although, did I just, I don't know if I might be dead here. Oh no, dude, I got like a frame perfect quit out. Now, I don't know how helpful this is, though. This is, interesting. I don't know the best way to get back up. Oh, okay. Okay, a little faster than just straight up dying. Alright, well, we got another very comical run. This is a whole lot of, that's never happened before. Okay, we're at like an hour and 7 minutes into the stream. So I can go back and... I think I can just run here and the boulder doesn't show up. Because it has already changed position. Yeah. Whew. This is Sen's Gate skip for the books. A lot of goofy stuff going on. A lot of quitting out. A lot of quitting out here. You know what? I actually might not have had to do that at all because I forgot how far up sends we got. But yeah, so the reason I didn't die to the fall damage there was because I quit out before the fall damage actually kicked in. So that's like usually 1 frame. Yo, what's up, Taylor C? Over on TikTok. Hope you're doing well. You're gonna use the battle axe for your rune level 1 run? Hell yeah. I don't know if I've used the battle axe much in Elden Ring, but that was the weapon that we used in the Demon Souls speedrun. You're just using it because you like it? That's honestly, I think that's a little more important, especially if you're doing like a challenge run or something. Like, use an item that, like, use a weapon that you like. Use something that makes it fun. Not everything has to be mid-max, you know? But yeah, the closest thing I've done to a challenge run in Elden Ring, oh, dude, that was more remastered muscle memory working against me. I'm supposed to go to the right side of him, so he's like out of position now, but that's fine. Alright, we made it work. I'm really good at making this fight work despite not getting the perfect RNG or placement and stuff. That fight is so hard. Weren't I in the band Howlish? Absolutely not. And I hate every member of it. How you doing, buddy? I didn't realize that that was you. It's pretty obvious now that I'm looking at it. How you doing, T? It's good to see you. Hope things are going well, dude. Question, didn't you used to live in a house that had a cat named Fitz? We gotta hang soon, T. Speaking of music, you enjoyed too. Managed to snag a ticket to Rush's World Tour concert here. Hell yeah. It's not until April 2027. Jeez, that's... Especially with a band like Rush, you're like, ooh, that's pretty far away. How old are those guys now? Like, how old is Getty? Who's drumming for them now? Because didn't, Oh, wait, no, that's not where I split. Neil Peart is dead, isn't he? If I remember correctly. I usually split here. Annika Nils on the drums? Interesting. She's so fucking good. I'm not familiar. I'll have to check her out. Yo, we do gotta record soon, T. I agree. Howlish Reunion 2026. I love how a majority of people who watch me on TikTok end up just being like IRL friends who are in cool bands. I swear Namu Skip feels so much easier now since I've been doing a lot of randomizer and having to do it on the other side. That's really sick. Have you seen Rush live, Jibbin? I saw Rush live... Had to be maybe 2018, 2008? 2007, 2008? I think I was in high school and my friend was in college. I went with him, but we had to wait until I was done class. But he picked me up and then we went. We were running a little late. There was a lot of traffic. And we were bummed about that. You're literally not going to any shows this year? There's a show coming up at the Fillmore that I might try and go to, but not sure. It's on the 30th, and past several weeks have been a mess. So having to go somewhere is not ideal. Especially, I'll have just gotten back from Boston. I think a lot of my shows that I'm going to will probably just be friends shows or... Come on, you fucking asshole. Nice. Dude, this run has been kind of a joke. You've seen a few shows already this year? Hell yeah. Nice. But yeah, I imagine there's going to be music at PAX. I really should look at like what's going on at PAX, other than just me speedrunning Dark Souls and all the other GDQ runs. But I imagine there's probably shows there. Like, last time I went to PAX, I saw Metroid Metal and Anamanaguchi. And then, like, years later, I became friends with a couple of the folks in Metroid Metal. A band that I always want to call Metal Metroid. Which is even funnier because, again, I have friends in that band. But I always almost say the wrong name of the band. Small shows like Super Curse and LDL. I really wanted to go to that Super Curse show, but shit's been all over the place. I think I had a family party that night, and I was going to do both, but I was exhausted, and I got to the family party, and then it was like, I would have stopped in for like 45 minutes, and then headed to the Super Curse set, and then headed back, and I was like, that's a lot of driving. But I did want to go. I'm also bummed I missed LDL. I missed LDL. It was packed? Hell yeah. Kung Fu Necktie is such a cool place. I don't think they have shows upstairs anymore, right? We're gonna just quit out here. I think this guy still might see me, which would be an issue, but... You did a day trip to Sweden to see Cryptop... my brain is fucked. Hang on. Cryptopsy? Alright, so we're not fully healed up, but I think we should be okay. They may have just reopened. I know upstairs is open, I just wonder if they have shows there or not. Very nice. Ah, that's such horse shit. I feel like Smo pushing him made me miss one of the shots somehow. And then I didn't realize I was still locked on. And since I was locked on, I couldn't turn around and run away. So I could have avoided that that attack that killed me, but... I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any shows coming up. After PAX, I might, I'm gonna be learning a bunch of songs for my friend's band in case they get offers that not every member can make. Oh, Poppy is touring the US? Interesting. I do like Poppy. Low Life is such a good song. And the music video for it, it's cool as hell. Ooh, that was very risky. That was very risky. That was calculatedly risky. I knew I would be fine. At the vet with Zero getting his nails clipped? Hell yeah. Good luck. Yeah, that sounds stressful. Thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you, T. I should still use it, I think. Damn it. Okay. It's been a while since I've timed that, so... Oh, you've only found out about her after her metal turn? It's funny, I like that she has the metal turn, but I have not listened to it much. It's funny, too, because I was like a big baby metal fan, and then I feel like Poppy was kind of like, oh, I'm going to kind of do like a baby metal thing, and I think that's really cool. Just have not really listened to it much. Her band is fucking sick, though. I have seen some of her her metal stuff, and it's like extreme. That band is real sick. I do like that there's been more and more bands being like, okay, well, we're heavily pop, but also just have like metal shit going on. I think that's always nice. New artists to listen to tend to wear out the same shit over and over again. What kind of bands do you like? Like what? Not necessarily like your favorite band, but if you had like a top 3, maybe someone in chat can give you some recommendations for similar styles or something. I was doing this thing with my friends called Music League. Unfortunately, the back end of it is Spotify. So all of us stopped using Spotify, and it's made it like a little bit harder to use Dude, I accidentally hit triangle. During the cutscene, I accidentally hit triangle, and I was like, please don't queue up un-two-handing. I do not want to have to move swap again. I would have just quit out, but nice. Gargoyle Halberd, very good. Let's see where that is. Yep, that's in a spot that would be very annoying. Move that. Porcupine Tree, Opeth, and Cure or the Smiths. Okay. If you like The Cure, might I recommend the band from Philly, Corinne. K-O-R-I-N-E. Check out Corinne. They fucking rock. They're, like, currently active band that sounds a lot like The Cure. Poppy. Yeah, listen to Poppy, honestly. Poppy's great. Definitely overkill with the endurance there, but it's fine. Leprous is cool, from what you've heard. But also, I would definitely recommend Anamanaguchi. Their newer record is a lot more kind of like shoegazy, kind of alt-rock versus chiptune, but very good album. And they just released the soundtrack for the Scott Pilgrim game, which is an incredible game as well. And the Anamanaguchi soundtrack on that is fucking incredible. Obviously, we'll recommend Zaku. I'm sure you might already be aware of and listen to a bit, Book, but yeah, Zaku, hell yeah. All right, so we're gonna try and avoid. I'm gonna not use the. I'm gonna not. See, yeah, this is. Curtis literally is good at everything. That's like a trait that's sometimes annoying in people, but Curtis is such a good dude that, like, it's not annoying at all. You're just like, hell yeah. But yeah, everything Curtis does, he excels at. It's great. No, I didn't die to that last time. It's good to die in different spots in the run and just see how much time is lost. So I think last time I didn't do the, so my concern here is the more items that you have equipped kind of change your animation a little bit, and I think I have enough. I think I have enough endurance that it doesn't matter with the stuff that I'm holding. And it's not usually a problem in Prepare to Die edition in my experience. But like in Remastered, I would unequip items, so I had nothing while doing this trick. Like in No Wrong Warp, we have the Grass Crest Shield, and that's much heavier, so I think it should be fine. My Bloodstain always throws me off here as well. Okay. Whew. That delay there was very scary. So yeah, I'll just keep doing that. I think with this amount of endurance, it should be easy. Curtis also claims to be extraordinary humble. He literally is. He downplays himself so much all the time. He is a very humble guy. He's like just the nicest dude. I don't think I've ever heard Curtis talk like a bad word about anyone. Do I run other games? I have run Demon Souls. I would like to get back to it. The issue I had with Demon Souls is that I run it on emulator, and my computer's not really great for it, but I think I have a way of potentially maybe getting back to running Demon Souls, which would be cool. I did an AGDQ run of a mini game that's inside the game Night in the Woods. Whoa, dude, I might be dead here. Heal, heal, heal. Oh my god, dude. Alright, new fear unlocked. Quaylag's like the brain off part of the run. Easy though, just don't get hit by that. I wonder how much of that... I wonder how much I was saved there by that little extra bit of endurance that I leveled up. That's crazy. I would really have hated to have to run back down here. Alright, we actually don't need... We can just use this. But yeah, there's a mini game in Night in the Woods called Demon Tower, and I ran that at AGDQ 2021. That was an online one. So this is going to be my first time speedrunning at an in-person GDQ event, which is very cool. And I also I speedran a game called Quickie World, which is a Mario Kaizo hack. I wasn't very serious about it, though. That was mainly just to submit it to, like, the Souls Charity Marathon.
No.
And I did a little bit of Quickie World 2 as well, but things got really busy, so it was very hard for me to kind of keep up with that. So Dark Souls is definitely my main speed game, but... I guess I did do Dark Souls Remastered as well, before the route changed. I haven't done, like, the updated route. And I speedrun Night Rain. Technically a world record holder of Night Rain, but Firelink Shrine is where we want to go. Forgot to toggle to have that. Come on. Nice. Frame perfect, by the way. Alright, let's see if... Okay, and I can still fast roll. Nice. So we leveled up a little bit more endurance. So that way, if we do have to redo it, we don't have to do all that menuing again. Which wouldn't be the end of the world. You really only need the fast roll for the fight, but... He's the scary one. I think we can survive, though, as long as... I don't even know if when I got hit by him, if it was a counter hit earlier. Could always go back and check. Yeah, I've also been speedrunning Dark Souls Randomizer, which is a whole other thing. That's like kind of just a major glitch showcase because there's so much you can do in this game that isn't necessarily fast or useful in a typical speedrun. Okay, I got lucky there because I kind of waited a little too long to start running. Alright. We did Dark Lord ending last time. I think I forgot to see how long it actually took. We'll do this ending this time. I guess we can split there, that's fine. Oh wait, let's not split there. Because I'm trying to time it. It was like at 10 seconds. Yeah, honestly, I mean, this route and my estimate, like, pretty encouraging. Alright, nice. Pretty good. The runs have been bad, but nothing has gotten even close to being over estimate, so I feel like there could be a lot of deaths. And it'd still be pretty close to estimate. Like the last time I did this run, it was around like this, with, I don't think I had a death, but I think I had a lot of very strange things that kind of threw me off. But yeah, I'm technically a world record holder in Elden Ring Night Rain. Me and my buddy Dan the VP did a duo run. Oh, let me check here and see if this is trying to no, it's still going real time. So I don't know why it... Pyromancer. Actually doing the, actually doing the correct class this time. But yeah, not too many people speedrun Elden Ring Night Rain. And they certainly don't do any percent. A lot of the Night Rain speedrun scene is just doing individual expeditions and seeing how fast you can get through it and kill the boss, which makes a lot of sense. But the route for any percent is you start from a fresh file, like you skip the tutorial part, and you dive right into doing all the expeditions. You gotta unlock the final boss by killing 4 of the Night Lords, and then you have the 5th expedition where you fight the main Night Lord to get credits. And it's a lot of the same thing over and over again, because there's like the shifting earths in that, but you really only see 2 of the shifting earths.
Regretted.
So it gets a little repetitive. It's not the most entertaining speedrun for people who don't also speedrun the game, I would say. And no one's really doing that run with duos. So me and Dan are, I think, the only ones on the leaderboard for it. So we have a technical world record. Take off the glove. Pretty good asylum. I don't split right away there because typically when you split, it's at a quit out. So I try and like think in my brain like, okay, I'm doing the quit out. 2 runs ahead of your duo run now. Oh, do I? Did people beat it? If so, that makes me happy. I'm gonna rest here. If people are running it, that makes me happy. I feel like I held that world record longer than... No, so 6 months, that might just be when it was submitted, but they didn't actually approve it, because my like me and Dan's run was like 6 months ago or 8 months ago or whatever it was, and we submitted it right away, and it didn't hit the leaderboard until like last month, because they were, you know, all of the moderation pretty much just goes to like the IL stuff. I think I checked last week, and we were still world record holders. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like in randomizer brain still somehow, even though we did 2 runs here. Verified 8 days ago. Yeah, that makes sense. That probably happened like right after I checked it the last time, which is funny. Ooh, I had a bunch of extra souls there. Usually I only get 33 arrows. Nice, hell yeah. Who has the record now? Someone on my YouTube channel was like, oh nice, me and my friend are gonna run this and take your world record. And I was like, hell yeah, do it. Do it. I don't think I'll be running that again. Oh dude, if it was Alt F4, then that is unbeatable. Holy shit, dude. If it's Alt F4, that is an actual world record. Hell yeah, dude. That makes me even happier then. Although, like, kind of a bummer, the whoever was on YouTube. I think people also commenting on my YouTube might not have realized how, like, it's not a very fun run. Dude, I always get stuck here. That's been happening more and more, and I hate it. Okay, well, just quit out and try again. I do need to just sit down and practice this, I think. 237.18. Yeah, that sounds like almost as optimal as you can get. I also wonder, okay, so I kind of see how that happens now, at least. I don't think this is going to work at all. Whew. Whew. Let's keep this one going, just to kind of see how much time we lose here as well. I do really need to just practice the quick Taurus kill, because it's fun to show off. And the last time I did it at GDQ, it did not happen either. But yeah, so I think that's probably as close to optimal as possible. Like, I'm sure, I mean, Alt F4 was doing shit where, like, he would be spawning in, and he would be able to look at the map and tell that it was going to be a bad seed with, like, really bad boss RNG, and just quit right out. Rather than just doing a 2.5 hour run, 3 hour run. Which makes complete sense. Oh nice, I can just go this way. It's funny, this seems like it's a really long run back because you go through so many different, like so much different scenery. But I don't think it's really that bad. I don't have to worry about the boulder anymore. I'm just gonna try this. See if I can get it this time. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we only got 1 gold pine resin now. Should be fine. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, cool. I'll finish this run or rage quit it, and then can hop on. Thank you, Birdo. It's like half an hour, maybe. 20 minutes, half an hour. Unless the run just dies right here because of the Hellkite Drake. I don't think it will. I mean, I've been having some trouble with this, but... Again, this is really good practice to kind of just put my mind at ease of like... Okay, well, if things go really poorly, I can still salvage it. We got the Drake Sword. That's all that matters. Quickly do some menuing here. And that's why we rest a Firelink. Ooh, I almost got hit by that fire. Woo. Alright, we already ran through Undead Berg quite a bit. Ooh, I forgot to split at Taurus again. I should compare against average. It's also... Yeah, dude, what the hell? Compare against real time. Compare against... We'll do average. I feel like average is probably better for this kind of run. Ooh, this is sketch. Fucking shit. He was in a weird position. I think we can get this guy, though. Man, oh man. This run's pretty cursed. Hello, Eric Germ on TikTok, if that is your real name. Shit. I think this will work. We made it work somehow, but that was very scuffed. How's it going, dude? Good to see you. How was the dance? Oh, is the janitor from Scrubs? Hell yeah. I feel like that guy's been in a ton of stuff. Forget his name. Fan of that guy, though. I like that guy. So we need to get... So the camera angle here is a little different. Yeah. I always look for that staircase that we come down. Neil Flynn. I haven't watched the Scrubs reboot. I've heard it's pretty good, though. Skid marks? I never... Is that a Ratchet and Clank character? I've never played any of those games. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. I'm not, like, dying to watch the Scrubs reboot or anything, but I am interested in it. It's one of those things where I'm interested in it, but I don't know if I'm interested enough. Did I level up my dex? I did not. Okay, so we're going to have to take another bonfire. Or die here and have to do SGS again. Yeah, I should really play them. It's not like I have nothing against the games. It's just like I feel like I didn't have a PS2 when it was new. So I feel like a lot of games in that generation I just didn't really play. Like my first PS2, I got the slim one. So however deep into the generation that was. I do want to heal here. Try and get a good iron golem this time. Should probably focus up. One nice thing about this run is that it's so quick that, like, doing a bunch... You can do a bunch in a single day. Get tons of practice. Oh, right, okay. I have once again forgot something crucial. I need to rest at that bonfire. Going back this way is confusing. Oh yeah, it's up in here. Okay. Halfway through the cycle? That sounds about right. Yeah, because Sen's gate skip was so cursed, I completely, like, blanked on needing to level up dexterity. Good to keep in mind. If things go awry, I gotta stay on top of it, you know? It was first released in Europe even before Japan. That is weird. That's interesting. Okay, we gotta remember to go on the correct side this time. I also want to pay attention to how many hits it takes, because it felt like I was doing the right amount of hits and not getting it. I think this should still work. Okay, yeah. Good golem fight. Ooh, a 2-week Easter sale. You gotta prepare your body for it. Yeah, it sounds rough. 2 weeks. A lot of time to spend some money. But hey, it's all on sale, right? Can't afford to not get it. A full box of anime? Holy shit. That's sick, though. Alright, we're going to level up endurance and strength. I wonder if there was like a blood stain that I didn't grab or something. A little bit of risky platforming there, but I have played a Kaizo ROM hack or two. Kaizo fan game or two. Damn it. That's the same way I failed it last time. You just want the UK region version of the OG Sailor Moon show. Been dying for anything Sailor Moon for decades. That's interesting. Yeah, it's funny how like localizations vary differently. So it's like me watching Dragon Ball as a kid was way different than a lot of people outside of the US watching Dragon Ball, because we had the 4 kids and like Funimation, I guess, dubs. And that was, a lot of that was changed. You had them too. Yo, what's up, Dan? How's it going? Whoop! We're getting some real good marathon practice here, Dan. A lot of really cursed things have been happening, and it just showcases how spot on I was with the estimate. I always like when I'm practicing for a marathon, when it's like not too far out, just having the Murphy's Law runs. Where you're just like, well, I don't know how much time I lose at this specific spot, but it should be okay, I think. And then being like, oh yeah, this is still completely fine. Can't ask for better practice. Whew. Exactly. That's my kind of thing. Especially with this like particular route. Like this is intentionally like the beginner route of this game. So it's not like I don't need to be like, this is a showcase of me at my utmost best at speedrunning. My menuing's all going to be perfect. I'm going to nail every trick. It's like, here's a good way to get started with Dark Souls speedrunning. Get a little bit of extra endurance. Up to the Ginyu Force bit and suddenly switch to Funimation dub and stayed until the end. That's very confusing. I'm sure there's probably a lot of very strange differences as well. Nothing stands out more in my brain than being a kid and just wanting to watch Goku turn into a Super Saiyan. And him finally turning into a Super Saiyan and then it starting back over from the first episode. That shit sucked. I guess that's a thing that kids don't really have to deal with anymore. It's like when something is available, like when something is released, it's like maybe they have to watch subtitles instead of dubs. And, I mean, dubs are good now. I feel like as kids, it's a lot more likely for a dub to be really bad. Okay, we got the good RNG. Oof. Oh, that's bad. Broadcast started from the start shortly after with the Funimation dub all the way through. Interesting. Yeah, localization is such a cool thing. So yeah, what I was talking about in the one run where it was like a slow O&S fight, but we didn't die to them. It's all about actually being patient and waiting for openings versus just trying to go fast. And that was definitely me just being like, okay, if I get unlucky, Smo could potentially hit me. And just being like, okay, well, I can stagger Ornstein, but then getting hit out of the attack, and Ornstein throwing an attack right afterwards, so I was just like stun locked, essentially. Now we get the different RNG. This is also good to practice of... He did the lightning start. That makes Smo a lot more... He gets to you a lot faster, so it's not as... Yeah, like this is ideally what we want. Come on, dude. There we go. We do not want to die to this fool again. We're gonna take a second and heal, even though I could have finished it there, but it's a lot of the song we heard. Shoutouts to Matoi Sakuraba. I loved his work on Golden Sun. Okay. Now the easy part. I guess I could have leveled up there, since I was resting there anyway, but no problem. Doesn't matter. My watch is telling me to stand up. Your hot take about sub fans is that a lot of them are performatively glazed the Japanese voices just because it's what weebs do. It's a very actual engaging critique of it. It's always just reductive sub and dub comparisons that never delve into any arguments. Oof, yeah, Crescent Moon Queen. That sounds rough. The lobsters and the crabs are like so scary. I feel like that tracks though, Jibbin. I feel like I don't know if I've ever heard like anything compelling about saying like why certain dubs are bad. I always just assumed it was from like 80s anime that like didn't really have much of a budget, especially with localization when there wasn't a huge market for it in the US. Or at least in the US, I mean. Could also be different in the EU. So I'm talking about like, you know, like Speed Racer. But yeah, like 90s and 2000s anime, like I feel like a lot of times, I mean, especially when I was growing up, like anime was like an oddity. Like you were very likely to get fun of if you watched anime. Like it was kind of like I had to keep it secret that I watched anime. Even like Dragon Ball Z, like kids in my school were like, that shit's weird. I'm like, what are you talking about? This shit owns. This shit's cool as hell. Right. Take out the Drake sword for the last time we gotta use it. Say hello to Lautrec. I've once again forgotten to level up. Spiritually Mexican? Thank you, Berta. That means a lot. I guess we'll just level up. We'll... Ooh! Oh my god, dude. I just died. I think because I hit the side there, Yeah, well, now we'll definitely level up after Quaylag, because I'm not going to go run and get my bloodstain and then run back. That's so funny. You leave me no choice. I hope those are my last words, too, as I'm actively dying. Speaking of last words... Crazy that that username wasn't a legitimate chatter. It's crazy. You leave me no choice. That's Lautrec. It's Lautrec on his burner account. That's why you don't do manuing like that. Yo, what's up, Ska? How's it going, buddy? We're really testing the limits of the estimate on this one. You can tell my confidence has gotten pretty good after the last two horrible runs where I was like, ah, the estimate's fine. Oh yeah, let me move the cursor as well. I know that freaks people out. Oh, nice. That's really sick. Oh. Guys, it looks like we're not going to be leveling up. That's very good to know. It's fine, though. We don't actually need to. So the estimate for this run is 40 minutes. And it's like, this is like the last 5 minutes of it, so. All of the other runs that I did today were comfortably like under 35 minutes, so. This will also be a good way to test my equipment load theory here, potentially. Like if we die here, then we know. Whew. Okay. That's what I thought. I mean, we also have the Ring of Favor and Protection, which I wouldn't normally do, and I need to go back and watch my PB and see if I actually unequip stuff. Yeah, we're going to be fat rolling. We might be able to use Quaylag Souls to level up enough to not have to fat roll Gwyn, but if we have to fat roll Gwyn, that's not a problem either. Something I've done before. Snoozing the ads while going through the I only hit her once. Not too bad, though. I'm gonna hit for her back legs here to try and bait out a certain attack that we can punish. Ooh, I got really close to that lava. The hitbox on that is not very good compared to what you see, so that was very sketch. I can also take off the humanity, I guess. Yo, nice birdo. Yeah, what was their name? They seemed cool. So I'm not gonna level up right now, just because I do want to make sure I can buy Homeward and everything. We'll level up at the Lord Vessel if we can, though. Yo, what's up, Greer? How's it going? Good to see you. Very well. Now. Okay, we're gonna purchase Homeward. So we got 7,000 souls to work with. All right, I think we're gonna be fat rolling Gwyn. It's been a minute since I did that, but it'll be fine. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Fish has got surgery on Tuesday, so we're very concerned about that, you know? But just taking shit a day at a time. So we want to go to Firelink. I guess I could have maybe used the Soul of Quelaag as well, but... Man, my menuing here used to be so good. Yeah, thank you so much. I was kind of expecting, like, the worst possible prognosis, and then it ended up being much more promising of one, so... It's not it. There we go. Yeah, fish is the best. The best. I think usually when I'm fat rolling here, I try and wait until a little later to put on the Dragon Tooth, just because I lose a little bit of time, but... You have a diabetic cat. Yeah. And in January, Fish had to get some teeth removed. Because it's like, hey, he's been losing weight. And they're like, yeah, all his levels seem good. Like, for the past, like, 6 months, I've been taking him to the vet. And getting blood work. And they were like, yeah, he might be showing signs of, like, some potential kidney stuff that we would have to, you know, you'd have to take medicine for. But right now, everything seems good. But we'll just have to keep an eye on it. We'll have to keep getting his levels and everything. And we're like, okay, good. Noted. And, he had to get, some teeth removed because he needed to get, like, a teeth cleaning and some teeth removed. And we thought, like, oh, maybe that's why he hasn't been eating his dry food. Because his, like, teeth hurt. And maybe that's why he's been losing weight. And he's been, like, steady at his weight for the past several months. And the vet hasn't been... They're like, oh, he's getting older and stuff. And then they found this mass, and we're like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like... So it's an invasive surgery, which is scary, but it's, you know, the recommended next step. Alright, we're gonna quit out because that was not a great start. Fat rolling doesn't change this fight too much, it just makes it a little scarier. Asshole. He's jumping around. But yeah, like, bringing him to get his ultrasound, we were kind of expecting, like, the worst possible scenario. We got, like, a biopsy, like, a needle biopsy and stuff, and I was like, okay, that's when they're gonna be like, yeah, not looking good. But they were like, no, I mean, everything seems okay. Like, you just gotta get this mass removed. And we're like, okay. But man, has it been an expensive year for this cat. Alrighty, I'm glad we did it. And look at that. All of that, and we're still underestimate. Nice. No need to watch the credits or anything. Alright, but that's gonna do it for me today. Potentially. I might be back a little later, actually, depending on, might be doing some more stuff with Illusory Wall later today. So, that should be a good time. But, let's see if there's anyone on Twitch that we can throw a raid over to. It's been a minute. Who is streaming? Thanks for hanging, everyone. I'm gonna try and get back to more regular streams, more Dark Souls speedrunning, more, getting back to the card game and all of that. We got Zosty. Who should we raid? Oh, Anna's live? Hell yeah. Let's throw it over to. I think I. Do you have the link, Berto? For some reason it's. Do I not follow her on here? That'd be crazy. Oh yeah, I guess I don't. Shit. Yeah, let's throw it over to Anna. I could have sworn I followed her. That's insane. Yeah, let's go over to Anna. What a classic Twitch circumstance that everyone's been in at some point. Games and giveaways, nice. Looks like, oh cool, it's like a video store simulator. That's pretty fun. One of the simulator games. Nice, but yeah, I'll catch you guys later maybe if I'm doing the Vagrant stuff with Illusory Wall. And I'll be back to... I mean, this week will be a little tricky with me going to Boston for PAX and all the fish stuff, but we'll see. Yeah. No, it's, of course. I'm just going to blame Twitch. Be like, Dan Clancy made me unfollow. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging. Hope everyone has a good rest of your day if I don't see you later.